All right, everybody. Today we're going to do an assignment called placing an image inside of text, or better known as applying a clipping mask. Um, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find an image that we want to use. In their particular image, they're using the word Hawaii and a image of Hawaii. I'm going to go ahead and use Florida. You can use any word you want and any image you want. Um, Basically, you're going to start by opening up that image that you find online. And I went ahead and found this image um, of a Florida beach scene. And like I said, you can find anything you want, a city scene, anything you want to place inside of a word. Um, I'm going to be placing it inside the word Florida. Again, it doesn't really matter what the word you want to use is. You can use any word you want and any image you want. It's just experiencing how to place an image inside of text. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this layer, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this layer. How do we do that? Is we hit Control J, or we can go ahead and right click and hit duplicate layer, um, or Control or Command J. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now that I have two layers, okay, we're going to leave one layer as is on the bottom. It's just a duplicating layer. We're going to create a blank layer underneath this layer, and that layer is going to be white. So we're going to go to the bottom of the layers panel down here, right next to the little garbage can, create a new layer, and we're going to fill it with white. We're going to go to Edit, Fill, and we're going to fill that with white like so. And hit OK. So now we have that layer, a white layer. We have and two of that Florida sunset layers. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag that layer one, that background layer, right below there, and I'm going to have it between the two. So make sure when you look in that layers panel, make sure that that white layer is between the two. Okay. Next, I'm going to select my text. Okay. I'm going to use the horizontal text. I'm going to use which one are they using? They're using Arial. So I'm going to go ahead and type right here, hit all caps locked, and hit Florida. I'm going to make sure that it is Arial black. What are we using? There we go. And then I'm going to make sure it's black, which is really doesn't matter. And I'm going to enlarge it. Okay, which is edit, transform, and scale. And I'm going to go ahead and make it as large as I can. There we go. All right. Now, now that I have my word typed and I have my image to the side and I have the word about the size of that image, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that word Florida is underneath that layer. So make sure that it is the sunset layer, the text layer, and the blank layer. And all I'm going to do is apply a clipping mask, is right click and create clipping mask. Now, a clipping mask is a lot like a layer mask, but the big difference is that a layer mask uses black and white, like we've done in the past projects where we use the gradient, we use black and white to blend the two layers. This one, we use transparency of that layer to create the effect with the underneath layer. It clips to the layer underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit clipping mask, and you're going to see what happens. My image has been clipped to that text, okay? And if you look in that layers panel, you'll see that little arrow that points down. That means that that's been clipped to that layer. Now, I can lock it so that it doesn't move anymore, but I can still move that layer and things like that. What we're going to do now is we're going to add a little drop shadow. Add a little effect. I have the layer style on the bottom. Gonna make sure that's on normal. I'm gonna hit 120 right here. Change the opacity a little bit, the distance if you want. You don't have to go crazy. Here we go. So I have my um, normal, my opacity is about 73, the angle's at 120, the distance is at 9, the spread is at 18, and the size is at 9 also. The numbers are going to be different for yours depending on the image that you originally started with. But this is what a clipping mask looks like. You see this on a lot of magazines, a lot of T-shirts, and things like that. But it's a really cool effect, a simple effect, and it does really add a certain spice to the text than just normal. So this is how we apply a clipping mask or an image inside of a font. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you save your document, file, save as, and you're going to save it to your computer. I'm going to call it clipping, and then your initials, and you will save it to your desktop and turn it in. All right, thanks a lot, guys.